Hello, welcome back to Empty Nester 44's channel. Today, or tonight I should say, I am going to be talking about palettes. Mostly eyeshadow palettes, but I do have a blush palette to talk about as well. First, let me explain why I have all this artificial lighting and such. Because I am a night shifter, and I do my videos at night. There's times I could even be doing them at 3 in the morning. So, that's why if I do videos during the day, I'll try and get more natural light. But for now, you're just going to have to deal with this. Okay, so eyeshadow palettes. Probably over the last couple years, I've been totally addicted with eyeshadow palettes. I never was a big eyeshadow person. I wore it, but I would just buy like the cheap CoverGirl quads, you know, from the drugstore. Until a friend of mine got me kind of hooked on eyeshadow palettes. So, my first eyeshadow palette I ever got was this one, Naked 2 by Urban Decay. This was a great palette to start out with. It has neutral colors like I like, and you can see that I've used quite a bit of it. Here it is. Mostly browns, grays, light browns, neutrals. You can see I've lost one there and hitting the pan on a few others, but this is a really great palette to start out with. I will say that Naked Decay eyeshadows are one of my two favorite eyeshadows. They are very highly pigmented and they are good bang for your buck. I know they're expensive. They're like $50 or more, but there's 12 eyeshadows, highly pigmented, so you don't have to put on as much as you would with a cheaper shadow, and they last forever. So I recommend any of the Naked palettes by Urban Decay. Since I love Naked 2, Naked 3 was getting ready to come out, so I decided to get that one. This one is also neutral shades, but more of your pinks and browns, which I really enjoy. Again, you can tell I've used this a lot. I've hit pan on this one as well. You can see these. These pinks and mauves and neutral light colors are really good on my skin tone. These are kind of what I wear for every day. And again, highly pigmented. Highly recommend any of the Urban Decay eyeshadows, especially the Naked palettes. I'm serious, they'll last you forever, you guys. You might spend 50 or 60 bucks, but you'll be using it forever. So after Naked Decay, I decided to branch out a little bit into the eyeshadow palette world. Again, with the help of my enabler. She recommended Too Faced palettes. So I thought I'd give them a try. I was so addicted to the Urban Decay ones that I really didn't feel like they were going to be as good, and they're a little bit cheaper. I think they're in the $36 range. But I went ahead and went to Sephora one day and decided to get one. My very first one was Boudoir Eyes. They call this the Soft and Sexy Eyeshadow Collection. And let me tell you guys, this is my favorite Too Faced palette. Look at the colors there. You can see I use them a lot. Beautiful, beautiful. Very, very, very pigmented, I would say. I mean, look at that. So I was surprised that I do believe that the Too Faced quality is just as good as the Naked Decay, I would say. The next palette I got, since I love browns and neutrals are my favorites, I got the Too Faced Natural Eyes Neutral Eyeshadow Collection. And these are just as beautiful. Dark browns, kind of shimmery golds. And it's just like the Urban Decay palettes. It's got a nice mixture of the matte and the shimmer palette. How beautiful is that? I'm telling you. So, Natural Eyes, loved that one as well. I wear all of these all the time. I mean, I switch back and forth. I might wear Naked 2 one day and the next day Naked 3. I mean, I just switch all out. So this Too Faced palette was one that is It was sold out for a long time, and it just came back, and it's the peanut butter and jelly palette. It says creamy and decadent eyeshadow collection. And the funny thing about it is it smells like peanut butter. It's so crazy. This is a pretty palette, but I would say I don't wear this as much. Very pretty, kind of peachy and gold colors, orangish more colors, and then this really bright purple called Jelly. It's really pretty though. I mean, I've worn it a few times, but beautiful. So I highly, highly recommend the Too Faced palettes as well. These are just as good as Urban Decay as far as that goes. So then I got to thinking, and I wanted to branch out to other palettes. Not palettes that are more expensive than those, but I wanted to try a less expensive palette and see if it was just as good as the more expensive brands. So I went on to Ulta.com and found a palette that I really liked the colors of. And this is the Perfect 10 Limited Edition 10 Shade Shadow Palette by Soap&Glory. Now you'll notice the other palettes are all kind of this tin. This kind of tin. This one is more of a really heavy cardboard. Okay. But this one was $20. So I thought, you know, I'm just gonna try it and see what I think. Beautiful colors, mauves, pinks, and some purples. Beautiful colors. You can see I've used it a little bit. Okay, so my review on this. The colors are not as highly pigmented. The darker colors are, but not quite as highly pigmented as the others. But I kind of expected that a little bit just because of the price point. So I'm going to talk about my one little complaint about this palette, and it's not even really with the eyeshadow. It's this brush. Seriously, what is this? They call that an eyeshadow brush? Look at that. I guess you get what you pay for, because the Urban Decay brushes come and they're nice, big, fluffy brushes, and I love them. Let's compare a $20 palette and a $50 palette. See the difference there? This, I just for kicks and giggles, I tried to use it one time and it was crazy. So I have other makeup brushes from Sephora and Ulta and stuff. So if you needed my recommendation of what to do with this brush, I would say give it to your kids and let them play makeup or something with it, because it really serves us no purpose as adults. Otherwise, I like the palette. I really do. It's just not as pigmented. But if you want to try a palette and you don't have $50 to spend and you have $20 to spend, try something like this, okay? Or more of your drugstore palettes. It's not bad. And the last palette that I will touch upon is a blush palette. I've never bought a blush palette prior to buying this one. Again, I'd buy like the little CoverGirl little tiny things of blush, and oh my gosh, I had like the oldest blush brush and it just wasn't my thing. I'm learning though. But remember, I'm old and in my 40s, so this is not as hip as all you youngins out there. But I feel hip now because I bought the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani the blush palette. And this, my friends, is beautiful. It's this gold reflective surface there. Oh, how pretty. So pretty. It's got 6 blushes. And then my daughter pointed out to me the other day that I could probably use the bottom ones as bronzers. Now, y'all, I'm old. Okay. Mid-40s, I'll say. I don't know how to put on bronzers. Maybe I'll learn. Do I need bronzers? Do I need to define my cheekbones? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. At any rate, here is the blush palette. How freaking beautiful is that? So the tops are kind of pinks and the bottoms are more browns and peaches. So, so beautiful. So I'm now blush wear thanks to Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay. Um, like I said, whether I get into that whole bronzer thing, and I don't know, I'm like so past the point of like needing to define my cheekbones. I don't care at this point. I'm just happy to be alive. So that is my palette review. I kind of gave you some price points of the eyeshadows, so you can get really good product based on kind of what your budget is. You know, there's good stuff out there in every budget. I'm not going to go out and buy Chanel and all that kind of stuff. That's too expensive for me, and for me it's a waste of time. Like if I can find this good stuff in the mid-range, then why not? So there is my review. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And I am a news channel, so please be good to me. I may not be for everybody, and that's fine. And I'm old, and I'm not super great at editing yet, but I'm getting there. I'm not like you little young whippersnappers, that's for sure. I don't know my way around video editing software, but I'm getting there. So please like, comment, or subscribe below, and hopefully you like this video, and there will be more coming to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.